Hi, welcome back. Many people get very nervous about making a presentation. It's probably the number one fear and the biggest barrier to people doing well. So in this lesson, I'd like to talk about why people get nervous and what we can do to limit the impact of it. It's very natural to get nervous when you're making a presentation. A presentation can be seen as quite a threatening situation. And when our body is threatened, it reacts automatically to run away from the threat or fight it. You'll probably recognise when your heartbeat raises, or you go red in the face, or you get butterflies in your stomach. These are all reactions in order to fight or run away. If we do fight or run away, then these reactions will disappear. However, in a presentation, we can't do that, so we have to prepare for them and try to minimise their impact. There are a number of things that you can do during your presentation to minimise the impact of being nervous. One of these things is to wear the right kind of clothing so that you don't show that you're sweating. Another thing is to carry a handkerchief like this, so you can wipe away any sweat that you might produce during your talk. Often people get a very dry mouth, so it's a good idea to have a water bottle and to carry that with you. Another side effect of being nervous is that you forget what you want to say. So it's very good if you can have a few notes or memos to just prompt you when you've forgotten what you're talking about. I like to use these little cards and just write a few keywords for each section of my talk, and then I'll move to the next card. Some people like to write out their whole script on a piece of paper, and you can see the paper can move and can be quite distracting. So if you do that, it's quite good if you use something to make the paper stable when you read it out. Perhaps the most important thing that you can do to minimise the impact of being nervous is, of course, to practice your presentation as much as possible. There are lots of different ways you can do this. Some people like to practice with a partner who will give them some feedback. Some people like to practice with a mirror. You can see what your body language is like. With the modern smartphone, you can record yourself and look at that and look for any errors or mistakes, and your timing, of course. If you use PowerPoint or Keynote, they both have the option to time yourself and record, so you can see exactly how long you're talking and whether there's any particular mistakes that you might make. So as much practice as you can possibly fit in before your presentation will definitely minimise how nervous you will get. There are a couple of things that you can do to relax yourself before you start your presentation. One of these is the simple but powerful technique of deep breathing. Try it with me now. See, it works, doesn't it? See if you can do that before you start your next presentation. The second thing that I recommend is to find yourself a mantra. For those of you who don't know what a mantra is, it's a short phrase which you can use to inspire confidence or feel good about yourself and decrease how nervous you feel. This is particularly common in the sports world, where people use mantras like, "I got this," "I can do this," "I'm going to enjoy this." See if you can find your own mantra, which when you say it, makes you feel good about yourself. Of course, you'll have to practice before your presentation so that you feel good and you feel relaxed when you hear that key word. So in this lesson, I've talked about three things. One is to try to relax before your presentation by deep breathing and having some kind of mantra. Secondly is to be fully prepared during your presentation, perhaps to minimise the effect of sweating, or have some water, have some notes. And thirdly, I've said that you must practice as much as possible, and that will definitely make you feel less nervous. My final point is perhaps the hardest to do, but which is to talk to the audience rather than present to them. Treat them as a friend, and that they're not going to judge you, and that it's not going to be a negative experience, that you can really enjoy it and feel positive about it. So, good luck.